Good morning, Hardy here from Mr. Poolman. Look, we are being inundated literally every day right now due to the bushfires down in Victoria and of course South Australia as well, and literally around Australia. People are constantly ringing up saying, Hardy, what am I doing with my pool? My pool's gone brown, or it's of course due to the soot and the ash that has fallen into the pool. A lot of people are finding, of course, very fine particles in their pool. So what's the next step? How do we go about it? Look, it depends on two things: which sort of filter you've got, whether it's a cartridge or a sand filter. And basically, that's going to determine how you're going to approach the next step. There are two types of clarifiers that I predominantly sell to my clients. One of them is a more liquid-based clarifier. It's just literally just more for a light base, if you like. The way I would approach it, if you can see the bottom of the pool, you've got a bit of time on your hands, you're patient, you might be able to let everything settle down to the bottom, and then ideally, of course, if you've got a sand filter, you can vac that to waste. I really don't think vacuuming it through your filter is going to get rid of it. I think you'll find a lot of the fine stuff will come back through. Okay, so really basically the aim here now is to either flocculate it. Do I use a liquid flocculant, or do I go slightly stronger base, which is a granular flocculant? Now the granular flocculant, look, that is a very good flocculant, but ultimately what it does, it coagulates all the fine debris in your pool. It then ultimately settles, or ideally you would like it to settle down to the bottom. The best to approach it, this stuff you can pour literally straight into your pool. Go by the instructions on the back, follow how many litres you should add. Generally, by thumb of rule, I do add 500 mils, and that covers most backyard pools, okay, which is half. Let it circulate. I then generally turn the filter off and ultimately give it time, and you'll start seeing it all settle down to the bottom. The granular flocculant, I suggest again, follow the instructions on the back. You can mix it up in a bucket, mix it up very thoroughly. I do recommend not running this through your filter, either putting it on recirculate on your sand filter, which is this particular button here, so you're not getting the flocculant in your sand filter, which is going to ruin it. And of course, with cartridge filters, there is a slight problem, because literally it is going to ruin your cartridge. Look, I don't know how your setup is, but I've come to a lot of places where you can literally install a three-way valve after the pump before it goes into the cartridge. And I'm talking something like that, which is a three-way valve, and that basically gets installed into the pump afterwards. You can then ultimately attach a hose here, so you could literally vacuum your pool to waste. Again, the concern then comes up, Hardy, I'm wasting too much water. Yes, it does take a little bit of water out of your pool. Look, there is no easy way, there is no magic way. The only way is to basically flocculate your pool, get it to sink to the bottom, and then try and get it out. I've seen some of my clients that are out on acreage basically get two 240 litre drums. They've pumped the water straight into that. They've let that settle, and through settlement, ultimately, they've been able to reuse that water as well. Look, I hope that helps a little bit. If you've got any other concerns, please just email us, support@mrpoolman.com.au. Thank you. Cheers.
Mr. Poolman.